Going by one of my boosters, Eric here, and today I decided to do something a little different and talk about Dummy Miis. You're gonna understand what they are shortly. So what is a Dummy Mii? Now, a Dummy Mii is not the Mii of a really bad Miituber. No, a Dummy Mii is a Mii found in the files of any game in the Wii series. Unlike Miis like Matt and Naoko, these Miis simply exist as nothing more than a sprite with no data. And they never actually appear in the game. They are completely unused. You never get to see them while playing the game. But all of them are perfectly recreatable in the Mii editor. So I have plans of adding a few of them to my Wii. I've already added a few of them to my Wii, and we'll be talking about a few of them in this video. So let me show you a few examples of Dummy Miis. First, from Wii Sports, is this Dummy Mii. There's not much to write home about with it. It's just, the default male Mii with a very thick black border for some reason or another. This Dummy Mii was apparently used to test the Mii's face on the scoreboard in baseball. Next in Wii Sports Resort is this Dummy Mii, who seems to just be guest C. Maybe with different eyebrows, but probably not. This Dummy Mii is found all over the files of Wii Sports Resort, and was most likely used for moments that was where the Mii you're playing as would have their face as a profile. Next is Wii Play. This will get interesting soon, I swear. Well, we'll see some interesting Miis soon. This Dummy Mii has a crosshair on his face because he was used for testing the targets in the shooting range minigame. In the round where you have targets to shoot, but then there's targets with your face on them, and you shouldn't shoot them because they have your face on them. Moving on to Wii Play Motion. See? We've got an interesting Mii now. This is a very bizarre Mii found in the files of Wii Play Motion, but there isn't really anything known about the Mii other than, well, he exists. We don't know what he was used for in terms of development or why he's in the game at all. We don't even know what he looks like with his eyes open, so I guess that's up to interpretation. Yep, and this is where Charlie came from. Charlie was also found in the files of Wii Play Motion, but much like the previous guy, there really isn't any information of how he was used. And looking at the Mii close-up, I think I actually got my recreation of him wrong. Oops. Should I update it? Let me know. Alright, moving on to Wii Party. First of all, Wii Fit doesn't actually have anything unused. Any kind of unused Dummy Miis, so let's move on to Wii Party. The reason why this Dummy Mii has a entire body is because she was used for testing out the souvenir photos in Globetrot. There's also an unused there's also an unused sprite of a background to use for testing the souvenir photos. And then there's also this Dummy Mii that's found in the files of Wii Party, but yeah, the reason why she's so pixely and so blurry is because this was a really small. This is the smallest. This was the smallest sprite of them all. The sprite was only about 32 by 32 pixels, and it barely even used like half of those. There's that clicking sound again. Yeah, this Dummy Mii was likely used as like a placeholder for the faces of the cards in Bingo. And lastly is Wii Music. Wii Music actually has the most Dummy Miis out of them all, having 3 of them, or at least considering the ones I actually wanted to talk about. So first of all is the default male Mii. Next. Alright, next one is this Mii, which is a lot more interesting. As it's an actual custom Mii that you haven't seen anywhere else in the world. I decided to add this one to my Wii very recently, named him Justin. And the last one you might recognize from Animal Crossing, because in Animal Crossing's Yoshi's Athletic themed video with all the different genres, she can be seen pretty late into the video. The Mii's not entirely accurate. Luckily this particular Dummy Mii has a really large pixel file. Like I think it's like 80 pixels by 80 pixels, so it's a lot easier to tell how to recreate it. And that's a lot. Are there any Dummy Miis I should add to my own Wii as characters of their own? Already added Charlie and Justin. Should I add any others? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, check out the cutting room floor for more info on these Dummy Miis, as that's where I got all my info. You'll also see Dummy Miis, which I didn't think were interesting enough to cover. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.